If you've been paying attention to pre-sale for the past few years, you probably can remember a time when developments would sell out in a matter of days. Lineups of people out the door at these projects, deposits in hand, hoping to secure their spot. And you as the buyer with very little negotiating room on the table because, well, if you weren't going to buy it, guess what? The developers knew somebody else was going to. Well, fortunately, those days have gone the ways of the dinosaur, for now at least, and there is a new landscape out there. Developers, like I mentioned, are offering some pretty great incentives. Launch pricing is a lot more realistic and in line with current resale values instead of the, hope pricing of what they expect the real estate landscape will look like upon these projects' completion. And this is especially true in many areas. If you have the stomach for it, Surrey Central is a spot where there is a ton of opportunity. I myself am not the biggest fan of Surrey Central, so I'm not recommending you look there, but instead I'm going to focus on areas like New Westminster, West Coquitlam, and Burquitlam. These are areas with some pretty fantastic projects and wonderful communities around them. On the topic of incentives, these are some of the strongest incentives we've seen in years. Many projects are offering 5% deposits, in some cases even less, and these payments can be spread out over 12 and in some cases 24 months. On top of that, we're talking, free storage, additional parking, EV charging, appliance package upgrades, purchase price credits on closing, the list goes on. Well, actually, and on top of that, even some other ones, rate buydowns from preferred lenders, and some projects even with rent guarantees for more investor-friendly projects. I actually made a video about one of these about a year ago, and the developer was paying, depending on the home purchased, $5,000 a month, and they are guaranteeing this for, I think it was 2 or 3 years. Mind-blowing. And another thing to consider is a lot of developers offer some truly incredible incentives, generally at project launch. This is the point in time when the developer is really trying to secure their financing and they want a really strong launch. And quietly on the table, this is when you as a buyer can claw back a lot. Another reason why pre-sales are looking to become more and more viable is the new GST rebate that we have. Previously, if you as a buyer, especially a first-time home buyer, was buying a pre-sale project, let's say at $1 million, there was going to be GST applicable to the purchase, and that GST was going to be $50,000. Well, now there's the 100% rebate for that, and that $50,000 was just another barrier in the way for first-time buyers, just like you, looking to actually purchase themselves a new home. And kind of as a byproduct to these lower prices is now potential PTT exemptions. Generally, on the purchase of a new home, PTT is not applicable, but if the cost of the home is over 1.1 million, then you get slammed with GST and PTT. With housing prices having come down and developers offering purchase prices more in line with current values, there are far more homes being made available under that $1.1 million price point, which will also now be PTT exempt as well. And of course, some of the same benefits still apply to purchasing a pre-sale. You're buying a project, let's say it's 3 years out. Well, that's more time for you to save up your down payment because maybe you don't have the full down payment, but you do have enough for the deposit. Some of the benefits, of course, of buying new is less maintenance. You're not going to be worried about some special levies coming up. Well, what about the roof? Are there surprises with the building envelope? What about the plumbing, the electrical, the elevator? The list goes on. And on top of that, new projects these days are being built with some absolutely incredible amenities, which are really great for not only first-time home buyers, but also people that are looking to downsize. And with accessibility options becoming more and more fruitful, these pre-sales are now available to more people than ever. And so far, I've created a pretty rosy picture of pre-sales currently. But we do need a dose of reality as well. And the simple fact is, not every pre-sale is a deal. Not every developer is as reputable or good as others. There certainly are some really stellar developers, and they do build some really fantastic projects that I would confidently, recommend my clients take a look at. But we just need to know that not all projects are created equally. The real opportunity right now is knowing which projects are offering real value versus effective marketing. So If you've been looking at pre-sales in New West, Coquitlam, or just anywhere around the Lower Mainland, send me a message. Maybe you have some questions about what kind of incentives a project you've been interested have been offering. Well, I'd be more than happy to compare the incentives they're offering versus some of the truly top tier projects out there and see if it's the right decision for you. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video informative, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.